Welcome, friends, to the Beaver Dam. Today we're talking about the new LIghtspeed bundles. They're coming out in 3 days from the recording of this video, so that's going to be March 4th, May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That is when they are coming out. And so we're going to go over the preparation that you need to do or should start doing. Obviously, there's not a lot of time to prep, but get some prep in. You know, kind of go over what comes in these and why these are my favorite. I talked about this when I did the BAM bundle. The BAM bundle is one of my favorites, and there's a reason for it. And so let me hop right in and I'll show you guys. So I'm going to pull up right here. We got all of our bundles. And so first we're going to start with the General Skywalker bundle. If you don't have gas already, this is a phenomenal bundle. $49.99 for it. You get all of these characters. You basically get a Padme team and mostly what you need to get Padme, honestly. So you don't even need to buy anything else to really get Padme, because you have Separatists right here you could use in that event. Excellent teams. It's tempting just for the Plo Koon, because I really want a relic Plo Koon, but if you only have a couple characters that aren't reliced in this list, I don't suggest buying it. Like, I'm missing these two and I'm missing Asajj Ventress, and it's not worth it for me. But the ships, super nice. Anakin's Eta, or ETA, is the required ship, and then some random Galactic Republic is what is required. Comes with Plo Koon's Starfighter, which is one of the best plug and play ships in the game. Comes with the Negotiator at 7 stars, which is insane. This takes like 1.5 years to do on a regular account, and yet they're just handing it to you for free. And so super good deal. This, like, start to finish, is an amazing deal. So $49.99, especially compared to like the Starkiller bundle to this, amazing price. I would definitely get this if you're looking at a bundle to get. It does give you a lot to farm though, because you're going to be looking at some farms, and we'll talk about them a little bit later. Okay, going into our next one, we have the Padme bundle. I think this is the one that no one should buy. I'm going to be honest, I don't think anyone should buy this. We have more reasons than one, but you're already getting the droids and Asajj from the gas bundle. But there's more reasons, and we'll get into more as we go. But, you know, you get New Gunray, you get Count Dooku, you get Jango. If you're just getting this bundle and no other bundle, it's not a bad bundle. Jango's a requirement. Excuse me. Jango's a requirement for GL, as well as Magna Guard is, Count Dooku is, New Gunray is. So, like, you're getting some solid value out of this, and technically 2 teams, a New Gunray team and the startings of a General Grievous team. This right here, I do love this. C-3PO bundle is super nice. I don't know how many of you have done low gear Ewoks to the C-3PO bundle. Painful. It took me like 12 tries on my when I had them fully geared up to the point where they could do it. And even without the, you know, gear, I tried it probably 60 times throughout, just trying to get it low gear and work it out. And I was doing it before the raid changes too, which was painful, just to get characters up to gear 12. So this is an awesome deal to just cut out the middleman and make it so it's not painful to you. So C-3PO bundle is really cool. 15 bucks, I feel like, is very much worth it. Now we're getting into my favorite ones. And these are definitely my favorite ones, and I will tell you why. I love the Night Sister bundle. I love any LIghtspeed bundle that's characters that are not required for things. You're looking at, you know, the Rey bundle, and you get a whole bunch of requirements for Rey. That's great. I love that. But, like, if I'm going for Rey, I'm going to get those requirements anyways. These are characters that I am not going to go out of my way for, because they're not a PP for me. Passion project, if you guys don't know what that means. They are not a little PP for me. There's nothing wrong with a little PP, but they're not a PP to me, and that's the problem. And so I don't know when I was ever going to relic these characters, and now I don't have to. I can just get them immediately. A good team. This is one of those low Zeta, low gear teams that are people, you know, talk about in their channels. So, like, this is going to be fantastic for people. And we'll talk a bit more about this going forward, because there's 2 benefits to this pack that is really cool. Next up, we have, here we go, the Geonosian bundle. And this one is my personal favorite, because there's so much to this bundle that's helpful. If you love Territory Wars and your guild focus, you now have a team for your Pogglekron that's really good. You can start putting Datacrons on them. You also have, you know, relic pilots for the Malevolence fleet. So also super nice, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Just have not had time to fit it into my farming plan, and now I can just purchase this bundle and immediately have them. Geonosian Brood Alpha, even if your Geos are not doing much for you, your Geonosian Brood Alpha is a great plug-and-play tank. Throw them with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, throw them with Sith Eternal, beat, you know, I use a Gear 6 Wat Tambor, my Relic 3 Geonosian Brood Alpha, and Sith Eternal to beat JMK in 3v3, like, every single time. So, like, great one. This is my favorite one by far, with Night Sisters coming in on a close second, but super exciting. And we're going to jump in and talk about prep work. Obviously, you don't only have a couple days, but I want you to keep in mind some stuff. First things first, I do want to talk about fleets. You are getting the Negotiator fleet. The Negotiator fleet is severely underpowered without the BTLB Starfighter. Make sure it's the right one. There's the Y-Wing. I don't know why I said Starfighter. It's still a Starfighter, but the BTLB Y-Wing Starfighter. Make sure it's the right Y-Wing. There's multiple Y-Wings in the game, so make sure you're farming the right one, but this one is so incredibly good for this team, and the team really needs a tank. Anakin and Ahsoka are very iffy when it comes to how much damage they can take, so you need a tank in here. So add this to your farm right now. It needs to be like 5, 6, 7 stars to even get to the point where it can be usable on the team. So start working on that now and get it quickly. I'm not going to suggest the Marauder for people, although you can see here I've got a 6-star Marauder with some pretty crap Bad Batch, and I still take out 6-star Leviathans with this fleet, with this lineup, and so, like, something to throw in a future farm, but I never feel comfortable being like, oh, hey, go for this Kyrotech farm, because it's super out of the way if you're not going for, like, Lord Vader, and it's just Kyrotechs. It's so hard to input a Kyrotech farm into your current farms. I've been putting a whole bunch of new Kyrotech characters into my farms, like Bane, Ben, Cat. Like, all of these farms are kind of happening at the same time for me, and so I haven't been able to farm the GL that I'm 3 characters away from for like the last 4 months. And so yeah, it's never something I can suggest to people to insert into a farm, but it's something to put on the horizon. And obviously you don't need a lot to get this team or this fleet at least started. If you get them up to relic level, you can take out all 3 of the big meta fleets, so something to put on the back burner for sure. Going into the characters that you should be prepping. The first things first, Night Sisters need Merrin. This is definitely something you can push off. Just like with the Bad Batch, you can push this off because the Night Sisters are excellent by themselves. This is one of the reasons why I love this current Lightspeed bundle set, is that they aren't a whole bunch of extra farms. You can buy the Ewok bundle and you can be fine. You can buy the Night Sister bundle and you can be fine. You can buy the Padme bundle and you'll have some farms. Yes, gas, you're gonna have quite a bit of farms, but most of these, they're usable even before you add in extra characters. But Merrin is an excellent addition to the Night Sisters. It gives them a lot more viability, makes them so they can 100% with full banners Zori Bliss, makes it so that way they can help you 2-shot a Jabba the Hutt really easily, and maybe 1-shot. It's a low chance, but it's possible. Very, very cool. So put her on the back burner. I will warn you, until she hits 7 stars in Gear 12, she is missing one of her abilities, which is really unfortunate because this ability is fantastic. Like, look at all of the words on here, which means big words, big kit. That's just how it works in this game. Not really, because Trench has a lot of words to say that he sucks. Anyways, Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon is an excellent, you get him in a Gear 6, throw on his Omicron, throw him with Jedi, Anakin, 3 level 1 Galactic Republic Jedi, and you instantly have an amazing defensive team. This is in the top 10 for holds for Grand Arena in general on defense, so don't sleep on this. Arnold's using this in Kyber, you know, to get holds, even in Kyber with a Gear 6 Qui-Gon. It's insane. So don't sleep on this. Yes, it kind of makes your Padme team a lot less good, but hey, I will take 2 teams where one is freaking amazing and then the other one is just mediocre versus just having one good team. So that's just me, but it is a thing to look at. It doesn't even require a ton of investment. Like a Gear 4 Qui-Gon can give you what you need. Speaking of which, going into that Padme team, obviously you're getting C-3PO regardless to get gas, so this is something to put on your radar. If you don't get the Ewok bundle, you're going to have to farm up your Ewoks and get your C-3PO for gas. Padme, Obviously, you can get Padme pretty easily, several different ways with the Geonosian bundle, probably with the gas bundle, honestly, as well as just doing it with, you know, the Padme bundle they're actually giving you, which I would say is the easiest, but when it comes to relic characters, you should be able to do it with basically any of the relic characters. Padme's event is not that hard. So, also, Padme isn't required at the relic level for this event. I used her at gear 12 with 1 Zeta and did fine. So, I'll be coming out with a gas bundle, or a gas guide here pretty soon, so keep an eye out for that. Geonosian Brood Alpha. This is beautiful. I love this one because you don't need to farm anything for it. The thing that I want to bring up with this is not, hey, you need to go get this character to add to this team. It's the fact that you want to save a Zeta for Queen's Will. This is really what makes the team pop, is having that Geonosian Brute spawn at the beginning of the match. So have an extra Zeta for that. And then on top of that, Geonosian Spy has a Datacron right now, a level 9 Datacron. And if you're going to try and take advantage of that, you're going to have to bump up his relic levels to relic 5, because to use a level 9, whoever's it's focused on needs to be relic 5. So keep that in mind, as well as Sun Fact, Geonosian Spy, and Geonosian Soldier should all be bumped up to relic level regardless at some point, because they can beat the Profundity with the Malevolence fleet if they have high relics. So keep that in mind as you're farming. But I just wanted to bring that up really quick. Nothing actually to add to this team. It's just a little, you know, side things. Nisa. The Ewoks are good. They're an okay backwall team. Adding Nisa makes them a really annoying backwall team. If they waste their Wampa on, you know, a Iden Versio that you have, they can end up struggling against Nisa. Nisa just adds a lot of viability. She's like the Zori of this team, where she just adds in a ton of viability to the Ewoks in general. So add her in as a backside farm, kind of like Marin, where it's like, I'm not going to suggest you go all in on her, but if you're, you know, slowly farming shards and getting them up, it's going to be great. Throw them in at like gear 10 and be happy with it. This last one, you're getting all the droids that you need for a General Grievous team. And I think this is vitally important for people. Get yourself a 7-star Grievous. Be looking at the Fleet Arena shipments for shards for General Grievous. It's the most efficient way to get him. Keep a little extra around, so that way you can always be purchasing his shards. He's super good in Conquest. He's a great team. He can take down JML. The key to taking down JML is this guy right here, Newt Gunray at gear 10. And this is one of my big beefs with the Padme bundle, is that you get the Padme bundle and all of a sudden your Newt Gunray is no longer gear 10, it's now relic 5. And using him at gear 10, what allows that to happen is JML takes his first turn, hits AoE, and then Newt Gunray dies. General Grievous immediately gets a turn and just launches into a turn meter train. Same with Conquest. Newt Gunray dies off really easily. General Grievous takes a turn. You launch into a turn meter train. And so without a Newt Gunray that's gear 10, you're going to struggle, because if he's relic 5, then he's going to be much beefier to get through, and the AI might go for like B1 or something like that. And so you'll end up losing more people easily. So very helpful team in general to have, especially for those who hate Conquest, but something to look at. Plus also Newt Gunray Zeta says whenever you apply a debuff, you do deal extra damage equal to their max health, which is amazing on a General Grievous team because he deals so many debuffs. But then on top of that, in Conquest, when we have like the dots and debts data discs around, it's essentially doubling the damage you get from the dots and debts, and even more stacked on top of it, because you can get the one that every time you apply a debuff, you deal damage equal to their, 5% of their max health. And so you're getting insane value for this team in Conquest and in all kinds of game modes. So don't sleep on General Grievous. I do want to take a second, and I do want to show you one more thing. Let's go to the squad tab. If you have either of these guys, and you're getting the Night Sister bundle, you are getting a secret buff, because you can, with the Night Sisters, like, they're a great team. You can throw, something like that together and have an excellent Night Sister team, and still it won't be a bad Night Sister team. And that leaves these two free. And the reason you leave these two free is because these guys can take out so many more things. They can, JMK becomes a 100% win rate in 3v3 if you have Daka Zombie with him. These guys benefit so much from these, and so this is one of the reasons why the Night Sister bundle is so high on my list, is that this is just phenomenal. You know, doing this basically gets you a JMK killer team, gives you a higher win rate on Lord Vader, on Jabba. Overall, just fantastic. Normally you'd throw the armor in that 4th slot, but, you know, whatever you can afford to throw in that slot, I get it. But, like, this is just going to do so much. And so for those of you who have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Sith Eternal, you're going to be able to do so much with this. You're probably going to be able to use it in Proving Grounds, too, which is going to be super nice to use these guys in Proving Grounds. And just be able to basically... I honestly think you might be able to do some of the harder nodes on Proving Grounds with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with this. So... keep in mind, Night Sisters are used more than just for the Night Sister team. There's a ton here that you can use, so I do want to bring that up. But regardless, it has been a fun time talking about Lightspeed bundles. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on these. Which ones do you think are worth it? Which ones do you think are not worth it? Which ones are you going to buy? Do you like Lightspeed bundles? What Lightspeed bundles would you like to see? I'd love to hear that kind of stuff. It's always entertaining to see, because Lightspeed bundles are a very hot topic in this game. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.